Next up, we have Sir Pulkit Gupta. Sir is from Noida and he'll be talking on the topic If Only I Could Say That. Sir is a software engineer, a speaker, a dreamer, and a creative person with big dreams. Can we have a huge round of applause?
How many of you have seen a boxing match? In 1989, the viewers of a boxing match were in for a treat. You see, Steve McCarthy and Tony Wilson are in the ring fighting. McCarthy is winning and Wilson is having a hard time. Suddenly, a third person enters the ring. It's Wilson's 62-year-old mother in a floral dress. Camera pans and she has a shoe in her hand. She begins hitting McCarthy with the shoe and mighty McCarthy gets injured and loses the fight. If you think that's crazy, you have got to see my brother and I fighting when we were teenagers. Our fights were maybe not this dramatic, but they were brutal. And beneath all that brutality lay dread and confusion. During those days, seeing my brother charge towards me, day after day, week after week, made me come to this unfortunate conclusion. I am not loved. Have you ever felt unloved? Do you find it difficult to express your feelings to those around you? Do you have regrets? Mr. Host, my fellow friends, it wasn't always like this. When I was born, my brother was the happiest person in the whole world. He would hang on to me like I was his dear toy, allowing only my mom and sometimes my dad the ultimate luxury of touching me. It won't be wrong to say I had the best bodyguard that would cry at the top of his lungs if he sensed a security breach. Love couldn't have been more cuddly and pure. But then came my terrible teenage years, and with it came the trio of pride, ego, and jealousy. My friend had bought a brand new laptop, and boy, I was jealous. I wanted that laptop. No, I wanted a better one so that I can show it off to my friend and turn his bright smile upside down. So I dialed P11, parents emergency. Hey dad, I need some cash to cure my pride. I didn't say that, but I meant just that. Dad said, hey son, it's too expensive for us to buy right now. We will see to it later. My dreams were broken. My pride bruised, battered, and broken. But like a good son with tremendous self-control, I simply said, hey dad, it's all right. It's just a piece of shiny hardware. We will see to it later. Only I said none of that. I battered him for being poor and clumsy. I told how he's the worst dad alive, how I hate being his son, how I wish he goes away. That evening, I felt like a loser. All I wanted was to say sorry to him. But my pride wouldn't allow that. If only I could have said that. Have you had words unsaid? Years later, my dad was diagnosed with pancreatic cancer. On 1st August 2018, Dad was waiting to be wheeled into the ICU yet again. As I looked at him, I saw the most beautiful eyes looking back at me. His eyes were filled with so much love. All I wanted was to walk over to him, hold his hands, and tell him that I love him and everything will be all right. But my ego wouldn't allow me to do that. I turned my back and walked away. That was the last time I saw my dad's beautiful eyes. He left us for his heavenly home. That evening, as I remembered the day when I wished he goes away, All I wanted was to say sorry to him. Now I can't. If only I could have said that. Have you ever felt irretrievably broken? But ego is a hard thing to wash off. Days later, the World Fighting Championship was still on. This time, two young brothers, having lost the biggest pillar of support in their entire lives, were determined not to hold anything back. We are fighting like bloodthirsty hounds. Our mom was already broken, couldn't have been more broke. In the midst of this mindless fighting, my brother stormed off the house. I decided to go away and never see him again. But then I remembered the day I lost my dad. All I wanted was to say that I love him. And now I can't. With shaking hands, I took out my WhatsApp and sent a text to my brother. And what did I say? Just 3 beautiful words. I love you. Just 3 beautiful words. I love you. And my relationship with my brother blossomed that very day. Ladies and gentlemen, today I'm a much more loving man. I'm certainly not jealous of my friends' cars, girlfriends, or laptops. I'm not the pharaoh of pride anymore and enjoy a beautiful relationship with my mom. My brother and I love each other. Our egos no longer clash, and we don't fight that much. Ladies and gentlemen, next time when in your life, when tempers run high and love seems so, when everything just seems out of control, when you wish you could just say, don't wait, just say.